Today I'm making homemade shepherd's pie. So I have 2 carrots here that I have washed and peeled, and I'm just cutting them into coins. I cut the ends off and threw them out, and then once those are cut into coins, I have 2 pounds of peeled and washed potatoes. These are russet potatoes. You could absolutely use Yukon Gold potatoes, but I just find that these boil a little bit quicker and they just don't take as long, so that's what I'm using today. And just chop them up evenly into even pieces, whatever way you want. It's not that big a deal. And then I have 1 small onion or half a medium onion, whatever you have is fine. And I got a couple comments on one of my recent videos saying that I cut onions incorrectly and that it scares people the way I use a knife. So I don't know if I'm chopping them wrong or not, but this is just how I chop onions. It's not that big a deal, I don't think. But please just don't come at me in the comments and tell me that I'm chopping an onion wrong, because I don't really care. Once all of our vegetables are prepped, we're going to add the potatoes to some water and salt it generously and let those get on a boil. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of oil and a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt and add your carrots and onions. You want to cook these for 5 to 8 minutes or until they're softened. And the onions you should be able to see through a little bit. And then you're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. I just used the jarred garlic because it was quicker, but you can absolutely use cloves and mince them yourself. And then here I have 1 pound of ground beef. I know this is a shepherd's pie and you're supposed to use ground lamb, but I am using ground beef. I really don't like the idea of eating a lamb. I know that's ridiculous and it would not hurt me. I just prefer to use ground beef. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before you add your tomato paste, which is 1.5 tablespoons, you want to drain off some of that grease. Definitely do that before you add the tomato paste, but you know, I forgot, so whatever. Then you're going to add some salt and pepper and then a couple tablespoons of flour and just stir that together. This is going to be the thickening agent for what's going to kind of be a gravy to go with the mashed potatoes. Then we're going to add some Worcestershire sauce. I don't know if I said that right. 2.5 tablespoons of that. Just stir it in. And then we have a cup of beef broth. I am using beef bouillon and water. I just dissolved it. You can use whatever kind you want. And just gradually add that in and kind of deglaze the bottom of the pan. Scrape off some of those bits because that is flavor. And then just add the rest of your broth in and stir and cook on medium heat till it thickens like a gravy would be. Now for our homemade mashed potatoes. Once those potatoes are boiled and softened, we're going to add some milk, salt, pepper, cheese, butter, and just smash those together. If you want these to be extra creamy, you can even add like 2 to 3 ounces of cream cheese and it makes it so much better, but I didn't do that today. Then we're just going to layer our ground beef or lamb, whatever you want to use, mixture on the bottom of our pan and then just layer it with those mashed potatoes. Now I'm just going to kind of smooth these mashed potatoes out. It's not that big a deal. You can do some kind of design if you want. I'm just smoothing mine. And then you also want to get your oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to cook these for about 20 to 25 minutes. It just kind of depends on the consistency that you're wanting. Mine, as I told you earlier, I forgot to drain the grease before I added the tomato paste. So I do have a little bit of extra grease in here that I wanted, but it's okay. Just don't forget and yours will not be as oily as mine was. Enjoy, you guys.